That was 2 years ago. It's not that long ago. Hang on, it's actually like 2.5 years ago. El Rufaya. And that's why they said, Tifnubu did him dirty. But in that same hall where SHETTIMA was seated, right? It was now his turn to say something. Among many other jargons he said there, this particular part, identifying with everyone in the room and questioning where or what is their new political party. And then he called them, we are all one, something that divided. What unites us is more than what divides us, blah, blah, blah. Then he took it further to thank Tambua as well as Adoke for discouraging Goodluck Egberejolanthan from removing him as governor of Borno State. And they told Egberejolanthan, you had no such power. That has now been, it has led to another defense. So, wanting to defend the SHETTIMA for that statement. I'm going to get to that. SHETTIMA, please. Maiduguri, Elon Musk.
But where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. In the last 4 years of the Jonathan administration, I was the most demonized person. I was the public enemy #1. And there are two gentlemen seated here. Certain decisions are taken in a very rare peace cycle. The president, the vice president, the Senate president, and the Speaker of the House of Representatives. At one of such conclaves, former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan GCFR, with whom we have shared the sword and have now recalibrated our relationship, was mooting the idea of removing this Borno governor, and Aminu Waziri Tambuwal, the then Speaker of the House of Representatives, had the courage to tell the President that, Your Excellency, you don't have the power to remove an elected councillor. The President was still not convinced. He mooted the idea at the Federal Executive Council. I admire Mr. Mohammed Bello Adoke fundamentally for his courage and for his convictions and for his capacity to stand for what he believes in. He told the then president that, Mr. President, you do not have the power to remove a sitting governor, not even a councillor. They sought for the opinion of another SAN in the cabinet, Kabiru Turaki, who said, I am concurring with the opinion of my senior colleague. That was how the matter was laid to rest, but that was how my relationship with Mr. Bello Adoke and Aminu Waziri Tambuwal became eternally sealed. The former President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and Chairman of the occasion, His Excellency Goodluck Ebele Jonathan GCFR, ably represented by the former President of the Senate, Senator Anyim Pius Anyim, GCON. Former Senate President, who is conspicuously absent, he has left since then. My brother, the amiable Governor of Oyo State, Engineer Sheyi Makinde, and the Deputy Governor of Kogi State, Comrade Joel Salifu. You have to be amiable because you are a bloody Deputy Governor, so. Members of the National Assembly present here, most especially Senator Aliu Ahmed Wadada, Chairman Senate Committee on Public Accounts, and Senator Kakasha Lawan, who succeeded me as the Senator for Borno Central. The Attorney General of the Federation, ably represented by the Solicitor General and Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Mrs. Beatrice J.D. Akbar. I prepare to call it Beatrice. This is how we Northerners call it, Beatrice J.D. Akbar. The Ambassador of Italy to...
That's a shitty man. Somebody said, Miss, what is your name again? Miss Rose. Oh my God, I actually clocked someone who asked, a Templar who asked that, how did Mayegun come up with, okay, Miss Yerox, how did Mayegun come up with all these names? I didn't come up with the name. Have you never listened to the guy? Yeah. He's Maiduguri Kim Jong-un. If we have to put it in the context of somebody in power. You know, Shettima was the guy who said, restructuring my put. The Elon Musk is thinking about to go to the moon. And you are talking about restructuring. That's how he became Maiduguri Elon Musk. So if the guy was not a politician, he would probably be a scientist that is constructing rockets for ISWAP in the Sahel. You know what I mean? Or be working for NASA. That too is possible. He's a rocket guy, you know, and he likes to speak like he's an orator. Listen to him. Shitty man. Maiduguri Elon Musk. Odelepeni Maiduguri Kim Jong-un.
Elon Musk is talking about constricting the journey from London to New York to 31 minutes. But unfortunately, the topical issue in Nigeria is restructuring. Restructuring my foot. To hell with restructuring. Let's improve on the quality of governance. Let's work for the people. Let's invest in education. Let's create jobs. All this madness will evaporate. I raise my case. Elon Musk is talking about constricting.
You won't need a car to travel. You won't need an aeroplane to travel. You will just say, I want to go to London. And you'll be in London. Whether you believe it or not, the time is coming when you won't
need a car to travel. Of course, if I want to go to New York. A time is coming. That is what Iroboye should have said in that video. Like your Maiduguri Kim Jong-un, I've been your Maiduguri Elon Musk. Anyway, let's leave that, okay? Because this is not funny. Are you saying that Shettima is not aware that his own druggy boss removed the state governor, suspended the state governor, a state house of assembly? And he is aware. Maybe if Tifnumbu sought his advice as his vice, maybe Shettima would have shared the same story with Kolu and say, Pablo Escobar, if what you're about to do was allowed to be done by one of your predecessors, I won't even be sitting here. That's an abuse of power. You don't have that power. But rather than him call Tifnumbu and say, Oga, I just heard your announcement to suspend maybe he dare not call you, maybe. Somebody with a talk say when they are, inside. Can you believe this? So true story. And they come out to defend it all the time. I say, no, it's not true. No, it's not. That is not what happened. They say, once, you know that outside, there's a way they package Kolu. You see this my agbada now. Let me put it in the wider picture. You see this my agbada as it is now, eh? Now it can hide a lot that you can see it, all right? So Tifnumbu's urine bag, okay, is usually tagged. They have a special pocket for where they put his urine bag. I don't know if he uses, diapers yet. I don't know. But that of the urine, what have you, it does. Now, once you see all these things, you see Kolu outside. For the camera, this and that, they take him inside. If he needs to meet people, they may say, oh, let's do everything together in the next 2 hours because they have to take him back somewhere. Okay? And when that somewhere could be inside the Asshole Rock, mostly is. SHETTIMA, who happened to be his vice, living down the road, Aguda house. Eh? They said if he wants to go and see Kolu, despite the fact that they have to make arrangements to that, okay, he's coming. Bajabi Amila, they work it out. They say, like me and you, like Gatesman, and so SHETTIMA go sit down for inside the car or sit down outside. Until where they talk, say, okay, yeah. I sure just said you should come in. He's so irrelevant, inconsequential, that they just have to have him every week. They will hand him a list of where Tifnumbu wants him to go and all that. He is that useless. So he used the occasion to say, it's wrong. That's wrong. There's a rumor that he's being they are planning to remove or replace him. So he may not even be a vice president by next year. You didn't hear that from you because that's why I hear him, but I didn't kind of grab the source. That statement, plus all these things going on around their political space right now, as much as they are telling themselves that they are in charge, no worries, nothing, leave all these people, they are noise makers, as you do this and that. They had to force this Unwokocha. Is that his name? I've been Unwokocha. That is a SHETTIMA's social media assistant to go and release a statement and say, you people have you like to misread something. You know, that's why I said you like to misrepresent issue. You have to misinterpret what somebody said. You know what he didn't say? He didn't say, it couldn't say, sorry, hang on, not what he didn't say. What I think he's actually saying is that you people like to put somebody for trouble. SHETTIMA was just trying to express himself. At least it's a democracy. He has a freedom of speech. Now, don't put up for trouble. That he went outside to go and tell the world that Tifnumbu is a dictator, a tyrant, and possibly a lunatic. Listen to this guy.
And so he spoke on how it was that former Speaker Aminu Tambuwal and, of course, Bello Aduke advised the then President Jonathan against removing him. And then, unfortunately for us, we have some section of the media that has taken it out of context. And so I think that is totally wrong, because what the Vice President was speaking about was about how the administration of former President Goodluck Jonathan attempted to perpetually remove him from office. Now, the word there is remove. Okay, what we have in play in Rivers State now is being want to be juxtaposed with, given the rupture in the media, in some section of the media over this, is that here you have a vice president who is criticizing, so to speak, or picking holes in the actions of the president. Let me put it for the records, that this vice president is totally in support of the actions taken in Rivers State. This vice president has never questioned the action of Mr. President and will never do that. This vice president said that, look, that there was an attempt to remove him from office by the then president of Nigeria, President Goodluck Jonathan. What we have in play today is suspension of a governor, right? Suspension of the government of Simfubara in Rivers State. It is totally different from the attempted removal of the then Governor Kashim Shettima in Borno State. And I think we must give accolades to the president. Because if not for his actions, if not for the bold decision he took in Rivers State, by now nobody would have been discussing about Sim Fubara. He would have been perpetually impeached. Impeached means, look, there wouldn't have been any space for him to come back. And so if you have a situation where you have discussions, as it is being alleged, going on to bring him back, I mean, it gives some accolade that, look, that this president exercised wisdom. Because otherwise, by now, Sim Fubara would have been gone. And nobody would have been talking about his coming back. But through that action, you can see that, look, that there's opportunity for the governor to come back. Secondly, again, is the calm and peace that has returned to Rivers State ever since this particular president took this action. We have seen stability in Rivers State. We have seen calmness return to Rivers State against the destruction of properties, both at the state level and, of course, some of our national assets being destroyed at that point in time, as against the credible intelligence report too that was at the disposal of Mr. President. So for those who are trying to pitch the heads of Mr. President and his vice, I dare say there is nothing like that. This vice president remains loyal, absolutely loyal, remains committed to the renewable agenda of Mr. President, and will continue to support this president. And let no one be deceived. For each and every member of this administration, from the vice president down to his aides, we are in support, totally in support of the president's actions, no regrets whatsoever.
Nuisance Leleyi. Nuisance Leleyi.
Somebody's papa. So if I was closer to that person, I'll be like, shall I necessary? Can you explanation? What are you explaining? Can you wait? Just to come and tell us that Shettima and call no get sense. That he has to explain himself. Like, wait to, hey, what if Shettima is actually calling for help? Have you thought about that? Director Scott, I know say Shettima na Boko Haram sympathizer with evidence. So don't change your face for me and say, I'm not going to say that be probably a back paroni. What if Shettima is actually calling for help? I say, help me, oh. Please, people save me, oh. From Kolu. There's an evidence that they said the new place that Aguda house, the vice president's house, and the new one, 21 billion new mansion that Were Wike just finished. They say Shettima discovered that secret cameras are installed in the place, CCTV cameras in some critical spot of the property, which means even if Shettima enter a room with a wife, they go know which of the wives and when. Shettima right now is now living in his house in Abuja. He is not, as a vice president of Nigeria, very soon they will come out and deny it, by the way. So Shettima is no longer living in Abuja house. The quarters they gave vice president. He's no longer living in, what do you call it? He's no longer living in the 21 billion mansion with a wicked built, because he believes that the properties have been bugged and there are visible security cameras that he has no control of where they go to. Do you understand? Like, you see security camera, but you don't know where they go to. The feed, where does the feed go to? Go straight into Bajabia Miller's office. Something that belittles Shettima so well that he's no longer sleeping in both houses. And now maybe they will come out tomorrow and say, no, it's not true. He slept there yesterday. The vice president only sleep in his house because he loves his cow. There's this special cow that lives inside his mansion in Abuja, and he cannot stay without the cow. That's why he had to stay there and spend weekend with his cow. They'll come and tell you. And all of us, the members of his staff, all of us working in his office, we love the cow too. And even the cow and us, we are very loyal to Mr. President. What if these guys are actually asking for help? Say, Joe, help me, help me. I say something now, you should know that if I blink 3 times, I'm going to begin to pay attention to that. There are those who are psychologists who said, listen, if you are in trouble in public, you should blink 3 times, Abi, you should blink 4 times, and make some sign like that. What if Shettima is asking for help? Because nobody waiting them plan that they see. So Mumu Ticket has his own agenda. Unfortunately, Tifnumbu has his own agenda. So agenda to finish agenda by agenda don't shop agenda. Mumu Ticket agenda, which